So just another quick video diary, I suppose. It's Monday the 13th of November. It's really early in the morning. So I'm actually off mowing my day job this week. I'm going to try and get this guitar finished. Where am I with it? I've pretty much, the contours are pretty much done. I still do have a wee bit of work to do on some of them. Some of them I can feel just tiny wee bumps. And the finish that I'm going to be putting on this guitar is a flip paint, much similar to the one that I put on my first build. So I need to make sure that my contours are nice and even. That way when the paint goes on it, I get the desired effect. So it's a really striking colour that I've picked for this instrument. Going with obviously the design. I wasn't just going to paint it just like a solid colour, so I've got a flip paint, which should be quite nice. Flame maple neck. I've pretty much got this. I've got a tiny wee high spot, very slight, just in the middle of the headstock. So I'll take care of that with some card scrapers. And I've built a jig for my sander behind me. I don't know if you can see that there. So I'm going to run it through, put it through like this, and then run it through and see if that then thins out my headstock to my desired thickness, which is around about 13-14mm. Let's take care of that, put the volute in, remove all the excess, and then that'll give me enough material in the back of this to build my fretboard from. How am I feeling? I've got my work cut out for me, that's for sure, but I'm quite confident I'll get it finished. I'm not going to compromise the quality of my build just to meet a deadline. I'm sure I will finish it. I'm off this week. If I apply myself, I've got some long days ahead of me, but I'm sure I can get it finished, so hopefully you can follow along and see my progress. Right, so it's still Monday the 13th. I did hit record on my phone to record me actually routing all this out, because I used the router table and set that up, and I don't know why it's not recorded it, because I was really only done 1 or 2 passes up this side, and the other side then took the template off and then ran it through. It's turned out pretty good. Got a wee bit of tear out up here at the headstock, but I'll tidy that up on the belt sander. So I'll crack on with it, and yeah, a decent amount of work done today. I've managed to harvest enough material off this part here. For the fretboard, I do have another piece of wood that I can use as a backup. But all in all, headstock shape, I'm really happy with it. It looks decent enough, so we'll just still tidy that up. I'm going to change the belt out to a 320 and just very, very, very gently just go over this. So catch up. So it's Wednesday the 15th. Yesterday I started off just doing some sanding and finishing off the contours on the body. I know that I've put videos up there of me actually taking material off here, but it's getting to the point where I'm starting to, I've dug out my grain filler and all that kind of stuff, so just wanted to try and make sure that these are as smooth as possible. I'm using a flip colour paint, or flip paint, so I want the contours nice and smooth, so that doesn't show up any discrepancies in my shaping. These are all pretty good. I had a wee spot here with the rough, but I've taken care of that with sandpaper. I really did want to use my card scraper on that, and although it is really sharp, it just wasn't going through the grain. It was tearing tiny wee strips out, and it was going to end up causing more damage, so I resorted to sandpaper for that. So the plan today is get the rear cavity cut out and get the control knob holes drilled, get that done. Yesterday worked on the neck. I've got all my lines cut in here. I've got a rough carve line. I'm going to actually redo this. I've taken my measurement from the nut and not the first fret, so wee mistake there. So I'll take them out and I'll redo them. No big deal. This gives me an idea where the neck joins the body. So it's looking good. Really difficult to make the neck this shape because of the limitations in the tools that I've got. My bandsaw's not big enough for me to put this through in one piece, so I've had to really just pretty much hack at it, and it's been really difficult. It's been difficult to get that. So I'll have a wee think about my build process going forward and seeing how I can make that better or make it easier for myself. Fretboard wise, I did manage to get a nice piece of maple off the back of this, the neck blank, so I'm quite happy I've managed to salvage enough material for that. Behind me on my belt sander, I've actually built a fence, made sure that was perfectly 90 degrees, and then passed it through just to get a uniform thickness right across the whole width. So I think I am at, let's see that, 7.5. 7.4. 7.38. And 7.4. So we're there. I'll get this, get the slots cut in that later on. Spent some time last night doing a fret slot cutting jig, which is cutting a piece of sapele. Marked out all my frets, took a lot of time last night. From my first effort, I started, by the time I got to the 6th fret, I realised I was getting a compound error, so I had to scratch that one, turn it over, start again. That's fine though, it's all part of the process. I'm learning, I'm stopping, I'm catching myself making these mistakes going forward, but by far the most stressful part of this build is going to be making the fretboard. Obviously I need to make sure that it's square and that the fret slots are in the right position for the scale length that I'm using. It's a real challenge, so I'm going to film that today. I'll cut these out and then mark out the centre line on this piece of material, and then get the frets cut into it, and then just work away. I've got so much more to do. The build's pretty much going, it's not to plan, but I'm getting there. It's taking me a wee while longer because I don't have any professional training. Basically picking up things from Ben's channel, Fletcher's Handcrafted Guitars. If you've never seen that guy making a Stratocaster build, it's an absolute masterclass. I'll leave a link in the description below. I've learned a lot from it, and he's just watching him build is fantastic. So I'll crack on with here. I've said it before, I'm not good in front of the camera. I feel uncomfortable talking like this, so I'll just let my hands do the talking and put some time lapse together and see what I can do today. So, just another quick video diary. It is Friday the 17th. You've seen me taking out the control cavity, and I'm really happy with the positions of my controls. So that's starting to look good. I'm going to dismantle that and get the next step done. Frets are all cut into my fretboard, so that needs to be radiused. I've got the truss rod cavity cover, which is all sanded off and fitting perfectly. So that needs to go in. I ordered stains from Crimson Guitars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the back of the neck once it's carved down and sanded, and I'm happy enough with it. I'm going to hit it with black to bring out the flame, and then what I'll do is I'll go heavy with the purple, and then I'll just lighten it up in the middle, and that'll give it a nice kind of burst effect. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. I've got all my sanding discs. They arrived. I ordered iron gear pickups for this build, so I'll do a full review of these pickups once it's actually put together, and let you know honestly what I think of them. I've actually used iron gear pickups before, and it's all Axtec hardware that I'm putting on this guitar. Everything I've bought from them. So I'll do a complete review of the guitar, what I think of it, what was good, what was maybe not so good. So I'll review that at the end of the build. Pardon me. So I just want to say thanks very much to all the new subscribers to my channel. You guys are awesome. Thanks for taking an interest in my work here. It's certainly been a journey to go from building a guitar in the living room to actually having my own workshop. So I really want to say a heartfelt thank you to everybody for taking an interest in my work. So sit back, put your feet up and enjoy the time lapse. I'll try and pick some decent music so that it's not too heavy on the, not too harsh on the ears either. And we'll see these pieces of wood come together and become an instrument. And that's probably the best place to leave it, because the video's long enough as it is. In the next video you'll see me gluing the fretboard onto the neck and doing the inlays, radiusing the board. I'll be carving the back of the neck, finishing off the headstock and the volute, drilling in the holes for the tuners, and then at that point then I will put the frets in, get them flushed off, levelled, re-crowned and polished. Once the neck is a complete unit, then I can take it to the body and do the alignment for the neck pocket and take various measurements from there. So it's starting to come together. I've certainly broke the back of it this week. But for the time being, thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.